the live action space, we always knew that we wanted to do Vikingdom. And we've been developing the story, the script for the past 3 years. Knowing that, we needed to actually venture into a film that we feel that it's very important for us to actually get ourselves exposed to a live action film with slightly bigger budget than a normal average Malaysian film. A film called Hikayat Burung Mahawangsa, or internationally known as The Malay Chronicles. It was all planned. We always knew that we wanted to do this Viking movie in Malaysia. So that's why when we did this film, Hikayat Burung Mahawangsa, it's the biggest production that was actually ever made by KRI Studios, and one of the biggest films in Malaysia, and it is probably the widest distributed locally made film in the global market. It was released in 72 countries. And now we're here today in terms of sharing with you a little bit of what we've done in the past few weeks for Vikingdom. And I can share with you some of the production stills. We've shot in places like Film Negara. We've shot sequences in Ipoh, namely at Batu Gajah, Kelly's Castle, Gua Tempurung, in Gopeng. And funnily enough, Gopeng is actually where my mother came from, where my grandmother lives, and my father is from Batu Gajah. So it's quite coincidence, isn't it? So, but the thing is, this film doesn't look like it's from Gopeng or Batu Gajah. It looks like any other foreign film. It looks like another major studio film. In terms of the production design, we give credit to Tommy Manso, our production designer, and his wonderful team, his art directors under his team. Wow. And that's Thor for you. That's Conan Stevens. He dressed up as Thor. And this is just what we can share with you, what we've shot in the past 2 weeks. There'll be more to come. There are bigger scenes that we shot. And quite honestly, I've got a lot of personal requests from the media to actually organize interviews with our cast and our talents from all over the world. We have cast flying in from the US, from Canada, from UK, from Australia, from all parts of the world, from Thailand, And we thought that we needed to do this press conference here today to share with you a little bit about what we're doing now. So that at the end of the day, maybe after this, we can go back to business and focus on finishing the film. So, I'd like to announce and introduce to you the lineup of the cast of Vikingdom. But before I do that, I forgot. Again, once again, I'd like to thank Marriot Putrajaya, Resort Spa, especially Mr. Yao has always been very supportive of what we do at KRI Studios. Thank you once again. And I'd like to thank from Air Ajax, Berlin, right? Yeah, thank you very much for taking some time to be with us today. As our official airline, they actually are our partner in terms of flying in, especially the cast and crew from Australia. Actually, we're flying in from Gold Coast mainly. And this is the cast lineup of Vikingdom. And I forgot to mention also, it'll be available on 3D. That's quite important. And the film has also been released or announced in American Film Market, which is actually about 11 hours ago. It was announced in the market, and it will be covered by the international media. So over here today, we feel that it's also quite important for us to announce it to the Malaysian press. This is the main cast of Vikingdom. First of all, a big hand to Mr. Dominic Purcell, who plays as Eric. We also have Craig Fairbrass, who plays as Sven. Natasha Mao plays as Brina. John Fu as Yang. Conan Stevens as Thor. And the supporting cast we also have with us today. We have actually about 30 supporting cast, but with us today we actually have Valentine and Antio. Please stand up, guys. We have the guys from the Sun team. Is Yasha here? No? Okay, anyway, probably training. So This is what we have actually got so far in terms of the production. We got another 6 weeks to go. 6 weeks, 7 weeks? About that?
No, forever.
And it's a massive production. I believe that this is just the beginning for the Malaysian film industry to move forward, especially the international arena. The elements I mentioned, we have those elements. We've already sold to about 8 territories. 8 territories including France, Germany, Middle East, China, a few other European countries. We have a lot of interest from UK and US. Of course, we want to wait for the right time to actually announce to you who are the distributors and partners in those territories. So with that, I conclude my speech today, and I hope that if you have any questions for the director, the cast, or even myself, right after this, we can actually continue with the press conference. Thank you very much.
Vikingdom as a concept we actually had the concept way before Marriot was taken about. So we had the first draft of the script written way 2008. Then we changed it a couple of times, and we actually put it on hold, put it on the shelf when we started to shoot Marriot. And I always saw Marriot as some kind of a training ground, as a rehearsal, as a concept, to actually move on to the bigger movie. So I would say, yeah, this is a much bigger movie, much bigger responsibility, bigger task as well. And the thing is, you have to think big, you have to set goals high.
Well, one of the first things I noticed right away was the production house. I was really impressed with the sets, extraordinary. Cinematically, the movie, from what I've seen so far, is on par with the big Hollywood movies out at the moment.
I read the story and I thought, wow, the script is very well written, and it flowed very well. And of course, I like the role of Brenna because I get to use all my previous skills from some other films that I've done, and I kind of like being the only girl.
When I first heard about the script, I went on to the internet and I looked at the trailer at LA Chronicles, and I was seriously impressed. I mean, it looked like a $30 million movie. I spoke to Dominic, and he was gracious enough to help me get it on. He's a good guy. And when I spoke to Yusri, he knows what he wants, he's ahead of the game, and he's doing a fantastic job, that's what I can say.
Now, Wushu, Taekwondo, Muay Thai, and some boxing. I just kind of mix it up and use what works best for me, and just kind of steal from every style.
I read all of Viking mythology, so I'm quite familiar with it.
So you come home with them?
So this is when I was 12 years old. I've been a fan ever since. So